Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Hounds of Business presents Mike King Biz. I am Mike Asherbrenner, your proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. And I am absolutely 1000% thrilled to have our special guest on here in a minute, Christopher Salem. Unbelievable guy, well known, and we are honored to have him here. We're going to learn a lot of great stuff. Hey, folks out there in RVA, hey, thank you for tuning in. I know it's Friday. Hopefully, you're having a good day and having a good weekend plans. So I'll tell you what, hey, without further ado, I'm going to roll the intro and we'll get this party started, everyone. Hey, thanks for the hounds for tuning in. We have Joyce Nelson. Thank you so much. Andrew, my friend, hey, appreciate you being here. All right, let's get going.
Are you looking to grow your network and your net worth with other high-level, heart-centered professionals? Then grab a seat and your favorite beverage and join Mike Asherbrenner, the Redneck Connector. It's time for the Hounds of Business Community Happy Hour.
All right, good evening, or if I say good evening, dadgummit, that tells you how my day's
Well, it's
going.
good
Hey,
evening somewhere.
man, they all blur in the one. Everybody here knows. So, hey, good afternoon, Chris Salem. How are you today, brother?
Doing great.
Awesome. Hey, I'll tell you what, I don't normally do this because I sound like a broken speaking spell half the time, but I'm going to go ahead and read your bio. A lot of folks know you, you've been around the industry, and just as impressive as your skill set and what you can do for businesses to level them up is your heart attitude. Man, you're a great guy. You make time for people, and we really appreciate you doing this. You're a jam-packed guy. So I know the comments are going to be flooding, and the folks driving in Richmond are going to be elated, man. Thank you. So
My pleasure. Pleasure to be here. Looking forward to serving on your show.
hey, yeah, you got it, brother. So let me read this and we'll get right into it. All these gold nuggets. So, Chris Salem is a seasoned business acceleration and value proposition strategist, renowned for his expertise in helping business leaders and organizations craft compelling value propositions that resonate with their target audiences. As a professional keynote speaker, Chris inspires audience with his insights on aligning business strategies to address consumer challenges and achieve desired results. With a focus on customer experience, Chris empowers businesses to accelerate growth and drive sales by implementing tailored strategies that enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. With a proven track record of delivering tangible results, Chris is dedicated to helping businesses achieve sustainable revenue and profit growth through innovative and consumer centric approaches. His book, Master Your Inner Critic, Resolve the Root Cause, Create Prosperity or Prosper I'll get it out one day. Achieved international best-selling status in 2016. Chris has also co-authored the recent edition of Mastering the Art of Success with Jack Canfield. Additionally, that's not enough. His weekly radio shows Sustainable Success on Voice America Influencers Channel and Business Influencers with was that TAL Radio, a part with, of the Touch a Life Foundation, highlight his commitment to transformative leadership and business development. My goodness, you've done a lot of stuff, Chris.
Well, I've been doing this a long time, 34 years.
Wow. Hey, I still got a bit to go. I'm excited. Everybody take notes. All the hounds are in the house here. My goodness, man, look at this. We got Royce, we got Andrew. We gave Joyce a shout out. Homer is here. Kelly, great to see you. My goodness. Hey, the one and only. You got to meet this guy. This guy here. J. Scott Heathman ran an Air Force base. There you go. So let's get to it, my friend. So in your own words, right? Tell us, if you don't mind, about your background and what led you to become a business strategist and speaker. Why this?
Well, thank you, Mike, again for the opportunity to be here. In terms of my background, I spent majority of my career in sales. Starting off in various sales roles, and then eventually rising up the ladder to managing sales teams, and then eventually going into entrepreneurship at the age of let's see, how was I? 31 years old. It was the year 2000, around that time frame, and I got into my own media company that which we eventually sold. And then I started another company where we represented publishers and helping to build their advertiser base. What prompted me to go into business acceleration was years of experiencing, really understanding emotional intelligence, understanding how people like to be communicated to, how they make decisions. And because my son was young at the time, I wanted to be there in his life growing up. So by getting into executive coaching and business acceleration strategy, I could concentrate being more local rather than traveling around the world like I was at that point. And that's what I did. And eventually now I'm back on the road. I've been doing this now for another 5-6 years. Been out there professionally speaking, been doing that for 24 years total. But I love what I do in helping individuals and businesses accelerate, reach their full potential, generate results, whatever a KPI or KPIs are important to them.
Yeah, see, and that's what I love about you, man. You don't have to do anything, right? You could just go out there, flip the light switch on and off, play golf. But you're a driven man, like a common theme of most successful people, and you're fired up to help people, right? That's a difference between have to and want to. Yeah, big. I'm working on that, man. So I tell you, so you're the CEO of Empowered Fathers in Action, right?
Yeah, that's a nonprofit of mine. I have a nonprofit and for-profit business. So, Powered Fathers in Action is the nonprofit where we help fathers really step up in their roles to be better role models for their children and spouses in terms of helping the children to grow up to be more self-confident adults, to be future leaders in their homes, communities, and businesses. And I'm also the CEO of CRS Group Holdings, which Sustainable Success Coaching and Consulting is a division of, where we again help individuals and businesses to help them accelerate sales, help them to increase revenue and profit, and to exit at a business valuation that is conducive to their specific objectives.
Wow. I mean, again, you know what? It's the heart of the matter, right? For you to do this, it takes a lot of time, investment of all kind of resources. So, how do you see the connection between strong family relationships and successful business leadership? Why is that important?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, that relationship's got to start with you. And, if people can learn to really understand themselves, got to understand how, what makes you tick, what are the emotions that drive you. When you can develop your emotional intelligence and begin to learn where you can shed those self-limiting beliefs, you're going to learn over time that as you develop that relationship with yourself first, you'll begin to develop healthier and stronger and more productive relationships with others. You'll know when to put up boundaries with the people who don't serve you. Many people communicate on a passive and or aggressive way, and these are the things that keep us in dysfunction, operating from expectations that fall through the cracks. But when you can learn to apply emotional intelligence, understanding yourself, you're going to be better to understand others, their personality types, multi-generational types, ethnic backgrounds, that you'll be able to communicate specifically to a way that resonates with them in an assertive way. And you're able to now accomplish more through your intentions that are in your control rather than expectations that are beyond your control.
Well said. And I might have smiled at that and said, "Oh, that sounds nice," but I've been going through it for a while. So when you take personal responsibility and try to improve yourself to meet your goal and passion, man, it's next level. And so I'm glad you're there to help people and folks who need that extra boost, man. They just don't know. Maybe they don't have the resources. And wow, man, great job. So real quick, this kind of segue into your experience and philosophy. How has your personal journey influenced your approach to helping others overcome that inner critic? Why is it so close to you?
Well, I'm a firm believer that we all have gifts and we all have had challenges in our lives. And without challenges, we can't grow and expand. We can't be an example and a resource to help others. I've learned more from my challenges, my problems, my mistakes, my failures than I've done through just my successes. Success is a combination of all the setbacks, challenges, and times I've fell down and got back up and kept persevering and then appreciating the small wins. So for me, it's all about being that at every stage of where I am in the cycle of my business cycle, as a human being, a dad, a husband, a member in my community, and then knowing that I have to always be aware of being the example of that and being a resource. There is no greater gift that you can give another human being or people is through your example, resourcefulness. And that's demonstrated through your communication to yourself and others, your behavior, your attitude. It's happening for you, not to you. Your emotions and how you respond versus react to other people in situations, especially difficult situations, and your level of action, taking action to the priorities that matter and not getting caught up in the minutia of things that don't really matter.
Yeah, well said. Like, the comments are going crazy. I knew they would, Chris. Hey, for the folks on the radio, if you want, I'll put it on the screen here. If you guys want to learn more, the one-stop shop on his website, ChristopherSalem.com. Christopher, spelled the normal way, Salem, SALEM.com. All right. He's got tons of stuff and all them books on there. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So on a similar note, Chris, you know, the concept that I heard from you, right? Sustainable success. Can you explain that concept and how businesses can achieve it?
Absolutely. Yeah, sustainable success is the brand that I use as a speaker. It's also the name of one of the divisions of CRS Group Holdings, Sustainable Success Coaching and Consulting, and one of my radio shows, global radio shows on Voice America Business Channel. What sustainable success means, it doesn't mean you're going to have success every day, every week in a sustainable way. Success is also when you have the setbacks, when you have the challenges, when you have the things that don't go right, or you have a business that goes under, but you learned and now you've grown from it to apply it into a new venture. So sustainability is continuous improvement. It's progress over perfection. It's not about being the best. It's about being your best today, being better than you were yesterday. I know 26 years ago, I operated from everything opposite to that. I had to be the best. And when I couldn't be the best, I would blame others, point the finger at other people. But sustainable success is knowing that when you can learn to, operate, within the things that you can control, that can be your communication, behavior, attitude, emotions, and action, and letting go of those same 5 things in other people and situations. If I can lead now from my intentions in the moment, trusting the process, I'm more likely to reach and achieve my goals and more in a sustainable way. So that's what sustainable success is all about. And summing it up again, continuous improvement, progress over perfection. It's continuously moving the ball forward. You're going to throw an interception from time to time. You're going to fumble the ball. But nonetheless, you're going to not dwell on it. You're going to pick off where you left off and move it back forward into the end zone and repeat that process.
Wow, that was the realest stuff I've heard in a long time, Chris. Other than the recent self-talk, man. You point fingers, blaming other, and we've all done it. I mean, most of us have done it, right?
Oh,
But once you wake up and say, dogs bark, cats meow, and people, man, it's all up to me. And did you find, like I have here recently, that you're more powerful than you ever realized? Your limitations can go way farther than you could even fathom. Is that something you and your clients
I
pick up with?
100% agree, Mike. We are stronger than we think we are. And, we were built that way. A lot of times, though, because of just, how we've been, how we've grown up, what the media says, what, others say, we kind of believe the lies. We believe the lies of that we're not good enough as others. That's not true. The only body who holds you back is yourself. Yes, there are sometimes people born into difficult situations, or, we have to follow certain guidelines. I get it. But nonetheless, as long as you're not breaking any laws, your limitations are on you. I do my best to do everything within the confines of the law. Of course, I'm not going to break the law, but I'm going to do what it takes to be my best, not to be the best, but to be my best. Because if I'm not being my best, how can I now be a great example for my son, my wife, people I work with, people on my board of advisors for various organizations that I sit on. When I'm adjunct professor at the college that I do some teaching at, for my role as a faculty member at the American Management Association, working with organizations. How could I be that if I'm not being an example of that? So it's always on you. No matter what cards you've been dealt, it's always your decision, your choice to make what is, adapt, and now do your best to fulfill your objectives and your greatest potential.
My goodness. Hey, folks, this is inspiring. It's not motivated. This is not an academic. We have practitioners on this show. This is somebody who's done it and they know how bad it sucks and they know what you're going through and how many times you want to quit and how much can you sacrifice. But if hey, do it any daggone way. That's where I'm at. I mean, I sold my car what, a year and a half ago. I wasn't kidding. Everybody thought I was nuts. I was like, yeah, but these people, no, people like you who have done that kind of stuff to get to where you're at say that's not nuts. That's that's what it takes, man. That's determination. So real quick, hey, we got to go and give Mike King a shout out. Hey, Mike King Biz Radio, thank you for the partnership. We love rolling with you at the Hounds of Business. 106.1 RVA. All right, ESPN FM. You are watching us live with Chris Salem, ChristopherSalem.com. And wow, and hey, by the way, shameless plug. It is my show. I can do it. Hey, if you're looking to grow your business mindset and your network, hey, check out the Hounds of Business. No more strays out there. Lots of good-hearted people have an impact to make through their business, and maybe you lack the resources, maybe you lack the support, and that's what we're all about, guys. So grow your net worth with our network, plug into our visibility, plug other heart-centered high-level professionals. Send us a carrier pigeon. You can find us on LinkedIn, Hounds of Business Community. Also YouTube at Hounds of Business, or you can just send me a carrier pigeon, right? Because I live in the woods. All right, so we're back with Chris Salem. Uh, Man, so good to have you here. The people are going crazy. I can't keep up with the comments. Uh, so let's see, piggybacking off of that a little bit. And what I love, my interpretation of what you just said, people say, well, how could that be me? Right? Who am I to do this? I don't have this or that, and you're saying, hey, why not you? Maybe you need a guide, an expert, and a coach to help you with the stuff you don't know yet. That's where you fit in, right?
Yeah, I mean, we all have self-limiting beliefs. It's just being aware that those self-limiting beliefs that are established in our childhood are the things
Yeah.
that you keep listening to that are lies. We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses. You're never going to be everything for everyone, and you're never going to be great at everything. So instead of focusing on what you're not good at or the things that you can't please everyone, focus on the things that you are good at. That's what delegation is all about. I delegate anything I'm not good at. I focus on the things I'm good at, and things I'm good at are, again, diagnosing problems and now and solving them and creating solutions, speaking on leading industry, B2B, B2C stages, corporations, entrepreneur events. I'm great at speaking, coaching and consulting, working with individuals and businesses. When it comes to writing, well, that's another story. Even though I'm an award-winning author, I'm not a great writer. And that, if I was, I'd be putting out a book every year. But thank God for AI, so it's very helpful there. So with that being said, it's being aware that those self-limiting beliefs, just come to terms with that, release them. Meditation and journaling in a daily routine that I've been doing for 26 years for every day since 26 plus years ago. That's what helped me to get to the root cause of my self-limited beliefs, which I talk about in that book, Master Your Inner Critic, Resolve the Root Cause, Create Prosperity. And when I was able to release them, I began to see that I knew what I was good at, what I wasn't good at. And I began to focus on what I was really good at. And as I got even better, those are the gifts that you can give to the world, whether if you're a dad, a mom, a sibling, a member in your community, in your business, in your career, it doesn't matter. Those are the things that we should be focusing our energy on. And that's where you can maximize and monetize those skills and those talents and experience to the next level. Stop believing the lies that your inner critic keeps telling you. Only you can make the choice to turn it off.
And it takes work, a lot of work. And you said something earlier that I laughed at because it said weaknesses. Somebody asked me, "What's your weaknesses?" I said, "I don't have any." They said, "What do you mean you don't have any?" Look, I run with hundreds of high level professionals in the community, man. They plug all those holes in my boats, Chris. Claudia Muralanda's in here. She does my graphics. You don't think I do that? I can't draw a stick
Oh
figure.
God, I'm the technical, and no, that ain't my bag. I hand that off to somebody else. If you're going to ask me to do that, then you're not going to get great output.
You got it. So let me ask you this, because this time flies when you're having fun. Always having fun on this show. Let me skip to the meat because you got so much going on. So what the folks want to know, right? So you talk about value proposition strategies. What is that, and why is it so crucial for businesses today?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 businesses, whether if you're a solopreneur or a small business, even a small to mid-sized company, 9 out of 10 businesses don't get this right. We just assume we know our audience. But have you really did an audience segmentation analysis? Most people, when I say that, don't even know what that is. And they've never done a study. I don't care if you are a solopreneur either. You got to know your audience. You got to know the personality types that are more profound in that audience. Not everybody's going to have the same personality, but what are most of them? I know in my business, I'm dealing with type A personalities, business owners. They're task oriented. They want results. They identify with what if questions. So if I'm targeting task oriented people, I got to have on my website, I got to have on my social media profile, my social media post and my content, my speaker one page, my speaker reel, everywhere where I'm engaging my audience, I got to specifically align my message to the challenge that could be better for them, the results they seek and don't have, and now educate them and continue that process across the buyer's journey until they're ready to convert into a customer. Most people, unfortunately, don't know their audience. They're leading with the wrong question, the wrong message. They are leading with features and benefits and what they do, and not leading with the challenge that could be better. So if you go to my website, one of them, sustainablesuccess.net, that's my business website, over my speaker site, christophersalem.com, you'll find on there, the first thing you'll see is, what if your business metrics unfolded a narrative of continuous growth? Now, if you're a business owner, you're going to look at that and say, I'm a task oriented, I'm a type A, I'm a dominant on the DISC profile. I want to get better results. And those metrics can be different things for different people. That's why I put business metrics. I interrupt their thinking. That's the challenge that could be better. And then I say a narrative of compounding revenue and accelerated profit, fostered through stronger team leadership dynamics and creating a valuable customer experience. Now I'm giving them the results they seek and don't have, how they can have better compounding revenue and accelerated profit by building a psychologically safe workspace, team involvement, and creating a valuable customer experience. Now they want to know how to do that. So now I say in this video, discover the 3 things to do, this, and this. I give them an idea and a direction to go in, but they have to now put their name and email to download it. Now I can follow up in my CRM and ask them, hey, is there any additional information that could help you, in doing this to make your situation better? More probably out of 10 people that do that, I get 4 people that reach out and schedule a time with me. I peel back
Wow.
the onion, get to know them, get to what's really important, and they hire me for coaching and consulting. You get that message in alignment with your audience and updating that either on a quarterly or annual basis, depending upon your business, you'll see your lead gen and your SEO go to the next level. So you have to learn. Most people bypass that, and they're missing the boat in terms of their lead gen. That's why your lead gen is stagnant. It's not why it's not working how you want it to work. Value
Right,
proposition
because
is so important.
yeah, because businesses, even small startups, scale ups, I mean, they just jump in and start doing things, and then hopefully strategy will pop out of nowhere. And no, that's not. It's like looking at a painting with your nose on it, right? It's like you're not going to see the forest from the trees, and that's why having someone like you who's been there and done that is so valuable. I mean, if we could do it already, we'd have already been doing it. So if you're
Yeah,
not doing it, it makes sense to go out there and grab someone who knows how to do it, right? I mean,
correct.
it's simple knowledge, but we don't do it. Oh, I can do it later, or I don't want to waste the money and all this goofy stuff when actually that's holding you back. I don't know one Olympic athlete or top level person that didn't have multiple coaches or guides or experts or advisors or consultants, right? I mean, and I don't know any amateurs that I would have been. Yeah, I wish I'd done it years ago. Oh, I got it. No, I don't. Right. So go out there and get it. So let me switch gears, man. We're almost done. I hate this. All right. So tell us, you got the weekly radio shows, right? You have your podcast that's highly ranked. You have all these things going on right now. what are some of the future plans and what can people tap into now? What do you got upcoming events, other books? Where can folks find you and what should they tap into first?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you, Mike, for having me on this great show and all the great listeners that are tuning in. Just great things flying by here. Yeah, I mean, I am in the works of putting out another book called The EQ Advantage. There'll be another subtitle to that I'll let people know once that's finalized. But it's going to be talking about the importance of emotional intelligence and how it can move any business forward, both internally and forward. And that's from the individual team and at the organizational level. It's going to be something that's going to turn business upside down. I promise you that. And that will be something I'll be presenting in future keynotes because I speak on average 2 or 3 times a week at conferences and organizational events and so on. But the best way to find me would be either to my websites, ChristopherSalem.com and sustainablesuccess.net. I am on LinkedIn here at Christopher Salem. And then one of my emails, best one to use is chris@ChristopherSalem.com. Feel free to reach out. Love to chat with you. I love getting to know people and what drives them, what's important to you, and kind of see where it goes from there, build a relationship.
He means that too. I mean, look, he's over here. I mean, you're a busy man. You're dropping nuggets, man. We appreciate you. And you've had several Hounds of Business members on your shows, on your podcast. Man, I really appreciate that because it gives people a great boost. It really does. It gives them the visibility and some knowledge that they just can't get on their own, Chris. You're a stand-up guy. So last and final question. We only got about 3 minutes. I want to use them to hear you. So if you don't mind, what advice would you give entrepreneurs who are struggling to differentiate themselves in a crowded market?
Well, that's an excellent question. Again, you've probably been taught to like what makes you unique. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to turn that upside down. Nobody cares what makes you unique at first. What makes you unique will matter once that you're able to address and connect at a deeper level on what's compelling to them. When you can now use a value proposition message that connects to the challenge that could be better, to the results they seek and don't have. And again, everyone's going to have a different challenge and different results, but overall, that segment that you target will have a universal challenge that could be better and a universal result or results that they don't have. When you can align that to that, and you're now compelling to them, you're building rapport and then eventually trust. As you now begin to build a relationship with that person, peeling back the onion, now what makes you unique will matter to them and will be important. But if you're trying to lead from how you could help them and what makes you unique and why you're better than someone else, it doesn't really matter until you've given them a reason why. So it starts with being compelling first by aligning to their challenge and to the results they seek, rather than just being unique. Unique comes next. So hopefully that helps. And, if you need some guidance, there's help out there, and just tap into it.
Yeah, tap into ChristopherSalem.com first, right? I mean, come on, right? I'll plug you. Yeah, and then if that's not a good, here's what I like him. He's like us. If that's not the best fit, he finds some fit that's better for you. It's not about selling.
I come from
haircuts.
integrity. If somebody's better, I will refer you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you need something else. I mean, I love that, man, this relationship broker. So, hey, everybody go out there, check out all the tons of resources that Chris has. Appreciate you being on the show, Chris. All the comments are going nuts. We got to have you back, maybe on the flagship show, the HOB Live. How about that?
Sounds good. I'd be happy to serve, Mike. You're the man, and you're doing so many great things in your community.
Man. Yeah, and hey, birds of a feather flocking together. Dadgummit, this is it. So I tell you what, everybody, we got to run. We will see you next Friday. Special guest. It's a secret. Not going to tell you. But they just get wilder and greater every week, man. So I appreciate you. Hey, again, all the strays out there, hey, welcome home. Don't do it. You're courage before confidence. All right. You do have something special to bring the world, bring an impact. We're going to help you do it. All right. Don't go at it alone. Mike King Biz, all the folks out in Richmond, thank you so much for tuning in. Love what you're all about, pushing up your community, Mike King, and we will catch you on the next one. Be good, Chris. Thank you again, buddy.
Thank you, Mike.
My pleasure. I'll find the button. Hang on. There it is. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.